Hey, my friends, it's your friend Kevin. Welcome to all of you. This is your divine inspiration message for today. All right, so here we go. We are in an angel numerology number 2 day. So, what does that mean to all of us? It means basically keep the faith, watch any of your negative thinking, move gently forward in today, minute by minute, moment by moment, with the theme of harmony, supportiveness, consideration, particularly being sensitive to yourself, your feelings, your needs, and your thoughts, as well as others. When we top up our own vessel, we get whatever's left over to give to other people. The number 2 energy is about being tactful, being cooperative, and loving. It also can bring up and does bring up vulnerability. Working with the energy of the divine feminine to ask for help, reach out to others and for others to give you support. This is very much the work of the 8 of Swords, or the 8 of Air, the wise counselor, and invoking the power of Archangel Jophion Raguel to help us move forward. So no accident that the number 2 day and the 8 of Air, or 8 of Swords, can speak to our own lack of confidence, insecurity, feeling of not really quite sure. So this is where we ask for help. My isms today: it's closing the vibrational gap between what we're doubting, what we're fearing, what we're not quite so sure about, and moving it in with faith, with confidence, moving away from that lack, moving away from people that also push the boundaries of you cannot, straight on into manifestation. Another good affirmation on a number 2 day, or today particularly: I am letting go of unwanted emotional patterns and making room for healing and better vibrational energy. We are all vibrational energy. Vibrations work within us, outside of us. We are part of creating that vibration, that wave. And so I added one: I'm already perfect. I am choosing to grow and improve. I can't imagine anyone being born that isn't perfect. It's other people that point out or bring up or cause us to not feel, be, or believe that we're perfect, and teach us that if we're walking around saying that we're perfect all the time, that's a bit too much. Well, we're not saying we're going to push it into people's face, but there has to be a sense that what we're doing is what we're supposed to be doing. And we're the only ones that know when we're stepping out of integrity. We're the only ones that know when we're acting out of lack of respect. We're the only ones that know when we're not being grateful and kind. So, Yasmin Boland, who has these daily moon diaries, is saying that the moon is moving into Libra today, and it's an excellent time to ask yourself if you're giving as good as you're getting in return. Now, some of you, I imagine, are giving probably more than you are receiving in return, and you may be feeling that awkwardness of you would rather give than to receive. You would rather be the givers than the takers. But this is talking about the relationships that you have, not so much the things that you have. Seek balance is really what the message is saying. That's why Archangel Raguel has come in all week to bring us that level of balance. My Happier Me affirmation card today is: I forgive myself and learn from my mistakes. We all make mistakes. People who say they don't make mistakes. People who say I've been perfect, my whole life is perfect, I never make a mistake. Oh, no, you do. You're not less for making them. You're more because you learn from them. I have learned about myself that when I am going into those places that don't feel good, that there is no joy, because I think I have worked as you have, as we collectively do, work to find harmony, joy, happiness, peace, love. And then when the opposite shows up, we're not sure what to do with it. So then I look at, well, it's showing up for a reason, showing up because I'm not paying attention to something. What am I not paying attention to? And growth is a bumpy ride. Growth sometimes requires us to take a really harsh look at some of the patterns, some of the excessive behaviors. So forgive yourself if you've been a little self-absorbed, self-indulgent, self-this, selfish. That's not to say that you don't take care of yourself. That's different. But maybe the self-care, maybe going into the self-care has let you look at yourself in a new way. And that might feel a bit awkward and different. Michael and Faith are here all week, talking about our spiritual calling, saying we've got divine protection. We can have these breakthrough moments without harm. Raguel is basically saying, discern the difference between truth while being unattached to drama. Now, I had a little visit this morning, which is lovely and rare, from our friends Gertrude and our friends Beatrice, who were walking through this pathway. Not the same one they were on yesterday. This one was lined with trees, and it was sort of like, not midnight, but kind of dark. Not scary dark, but just dark, like mystical dark, like kind of nice, peaceful. And they came upon this magical castle. And they are in front of the castle, about to go in. And what I'm asking them is, what is the point of showing us this castle? So they're saying you are kings and queens and knights and princesses of the earth. You are lords and ladies of this fine earth. And this castle represents your regality. And they're wanting you to understand that you build whatever castle you want to build, and you become the lord or the lady or the keeper of your own castle. Thank you for that. Tell me when to stop shuffling. One more time, Gertrude says. I'm being drawn to take this card off the top. Oh, wow. Now. Oof. So, here we have our angels. And I would say, this person stepping from one door into another door. But I'm not seeing this second door as being a doorway so much as being a mirror. And as we see our person with our bag, and if you look closely, she's dropping the briefcase. She's let go of it. And we've got the front foot going towards this spiritual mirror, which I call the intuition. And the guardian angel, the wings are there, but the guardian angels actually stepped into the heart, because you can see these shards of light going into a person, encouraging another step, change, excitement, opportunity, and advancement. I think this is why we're being asked to keep the faith. I think this is why we're being asked to see our own perfections. And I think this is why we're being encouraged to choose the path we want to take. I had a delightful conversation with a gentleman yesterday who was talking about running his business and the help that he was trying to hire were doing anything and everything they could but the work for which they were being employed. In other words, they wanted the money, but they didn't want to do the work, or they just weren't suitable, or where the location was too far to travel. And there were any number of excuses. And we were talking about how we were raised, how we grew up, and how you have to, whatever you put in, you're going to get out. And I was led to remember that quote, the good you do comes back to you. How you proceed, and how you perceive, and how you proceed moving forward. This is a number 17, and we've got our gold, or our orange, mixed with our greens. There's some healing going on, along with the fire and the action. And I feel like many of us are looking at transitioning from where we've been for a long time into where we're going, and that transition is coming up quickly. You know, they've said, well, this transition into the light, into the world of Aquarius, the golden age, has started in 2012 and it ends up in 2032, and we're sort of at the end of this power struggle and all the breakdowns. But there's also a reason why we're rising up and saying we've got to trust our faith. This card is about a career transition, and Gertrude and Beatrice are telling me that the castle is representing being Lord and Lady, or Lord and whoever, of your domain, of claiming your riches like the kings and the queens and the lords and the ladies, and the regality of your whatever is your life is. So new opportunities are about to present themselves. It's a great time to consider what's next for your career. Do you want to move up? Do you want to move into a completely different job? Are you considering retirement? Oh my goodness gracious. All of these topics can be represented by this card. So if we were to look at this upside down in the reverse, which some of you might, it says that you're probably bored out of your mind and probably even dread going to work. But the thing you've been thinking about and the thing you've been trapped by, that's all an illusion. Because angels and guides and spirits would like you to wave a pretend magic wand. And they're saying to you, what in the world do you believe that you want to do? If you could do anything, what would that be? What are you passionate about? What fulfills your life? What fulfills your heart? What fulfills your mind? Could you take a few changes bit by bit, little by little, and then release all of your self-limiting beliefs and see yourself as joyful in your future? So when we look at these colors, which is kind of like orange, here we go. And see, the painting's orange, her bag is orange, her suit is green. It's about balancing your energy during the moments of all this change. Green energy is letting yourself be open to opportunities. Now, you could argue that the colors that are in all of this and the what we see, what we wear, they're all linked up to the chakras. Red, that deep russet red, is the basal chakra for me. But for you, it might be something different. You may see a reddish brown. And then it moves on up into the orange, which is creativity, reproduction, sexual energy. Flirtation is orange. Painting, all orange. That is what it is for me. I've learned these things and they sit right. But you may find that your solar plexus, I've got a friend who sees her solar plexus, it's green. Always has been green. Her heart chakra is yellow, bright yellow. So for her, she never resonated with the colors being the way that most people see the color, but that's fine. For her, that's the perfection of it. So if I'm going to wrap this up for today's message, be kind to yourself. Ask yourself if you're giving as much or more than you're receiving. If you're giving more than you're receiving, something's out of balance. What would balance you out? Is what you're doing to make a living, fulfilling your purpose, fulfilling your life, fulfilling your passions? Are you able to find passionate tasks and attach an income to it? Most people would say no. You know, they've got this job that they've done, that they trained for, they've got the degrees, they've got the certificates, and they don't like it. They're done with it. Don't know what to say. How can they turn that corner? Fear is going to keep us trapped in the prison of our mind. That's it. Love is what is going to liberate that. When you go somewhere and you learn something, you're in a class with other people and you're learning something and they're showing you something and you're getting it. And it's like, oh, I didn't think I could do this, but look what I'm doing. It's fun. It's great. And when you've got encouragement from your classmates, and then all of a sudden you say, I'm going to turn this into a business. That's what we do. That's how we do it. Anyway, my friends, I'm hoping this is making sense. I think it makes sense. Gertrude, Beatrice, thank you. Until tomorrow. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and getting these numbers up there. Do you know, yesterday I checked, we're 8 people away from hitting 400. 108 to get 500. I'm thrilled. Bye for now. Hey everybody, we hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with all your friends. Here's a QR code if you decide you'd like to get a private personal reading with me. I'm available most evenings and on the weekends. Just go over to the website, book in what session, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and then fill in the contact information and I'll be back in touch. And if you feel kind enough, here is a link to my donation button. Energy exchange of any amount is always gratefully received. Until next time, be well, be blessed, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.